Hi, I'm Kyle Fleege, Project Manager of PNL's Physical Mechanical Lab. Today we're demonstrating the capabilities of GPR, our featured technology spotlight. What is GPR? It is ground-penetrating radar. It's a non-destructive method of structurally mapping concrete. What are we structurally mapping? What do we detect? We use it to locate steel reinforcement, steel rebar, post-tension cables, metallic, non-metallic objects, voids in concrete, or water below slabs on grade. When is it used? We go out for jobs whenever there's concrete cutting and coring, if people are installing anchors, if they are checking the fill, steel reinforcement of CMU walls, or if they're verifying reinforcement for new equipment, maybe new weight on a slab, and they're doing a structural analysis. What do we need to do a GPR scan? We need direct access to the concrete slab. So the GPR unit itself has to be in direct contact. It has to couple with the concrete surface. So on roofs here in Phoenix, we would have to pull up the insulation. There's normally a thick layer of foam. When we're talking about floors with tile or carpeting, we can get through some of that. Tiles, normally no problem. Carpets, it depends on kind of the thickness of any padding or foam beneath. Denser carpets right on the concrete slab that you find maybe in malls, stuff like that, we can get through. It's just not ideal. So what are some of the limitations? One of the big limitations is the age of the concrete. If the concrete is freshly poured, it has more water content in it, and it will limit the GPR scan to a few inches. It can take weeks, months to get more than 4 to 6 inches of depth with a GPR scan. It varies situation to situation because it's based on that water content. So sometimes you have to be able to go out to site to figure it out. The only other limitations are when we're detecting steel objects, it does not directly identify rebar with post-tension cable. So it can see a metal object, but in those situations, sometimes then either as-built drawings, photos before the pour help us identify which ones are the pieces of rebar and which are the post-tension cables. So here at Phoenix National Labs, we use the GSSI Structure Scan Mini XT units. They're a handheld GPR unit. Everything's all in one. Has a screen right on it, so we do a direct readout and mark the slab as we go. What would a scan of a concrete area look like? We would come to the concrete and we would scan in 2 opposite directions to get full coverage. When we scan one direction, we will get objects that are running perpendicular to our scan, and then when we come back and scan the opposite direction, 90 degrees, we'll get all those other objects. So to get full coverage, we have to be able to go over 2 directions 90 degrees to each other. If we're doing a CMU cinder block wall, then it's more height-based, because we're only really looking for vertical reinforcement. So we would come and we would scan along the wall, find our reinforcement, and we would mark it where we found it. So we would mark the steel. We'd be able to see these blocks are all filled with concrete. There's no air voids. If there were, we could mark out which ones were filled, which ones had voids. And then we would leave a report that we do on site. If you have any questions about how GPR can be used for your applications, please contact us here at Phoenix National Labs. Thank you.